Figure since they're hitting me with so much red, wasn't recording, wasn't worried about it, but sometimes you gotta remember how desperate they are to use a whole city against you. It's fucking pathetic, dude. It's all day, every day. Everybody with the same faces, same looks. I just grow used to it. You know what's funny, T.I.s? Isn't it funny, random car horns, tire sliding bullshit? You know what's extremely funny to me? And this goes for my T.I.s. I've been dealing with this for years, bro. Isn't it funny when the rumors, the lies, people calling you all type of murder, crazy, whatever the case may be, whatever the title they're trying to label you. Isn't it funny when all that shit don't work? Then they try to, look, ambulance, Of course, it's one of the red ones, too, Isn't it funny how they try to talk to you? They try to, put you in the mix of things. My T.I.s have been doing it for years. The ones you dealt with, the community label you all types of crazy and weird. And then they get to the point where they try to, talk to you or whatever, try to have you engage in conversation and being extra awkward about it. What happened to all the name calling? I thought I was the big bad wolf. It's like they trying to reel you in. It's like almost sometimes I be thinking like they trying to test like the effects of my mind, due to all the harassment they put me through. I feel like they try to test and see if, I done broke down to a point where I can't no longer have human interaction with people. I don't know, it's just funny to me. Walking the whole time, the whole direction I'm going, bro. Nigga, cops, everything. Cops all over the street. Hella traffic. Only in the direction that I'm walking to go to where I'm going. I guess they knew before I left out the room where I was going. So that's why you guys see the red synchronicities all in your path. Like I said, I wasn't going to record, but, you seeing red shirt after red shirt after red shirt. After dog walker, after cop car, after cop car. It's like, all right, bro. Fuck it. Guess I gotta make it about y'all again. And that's just the end result of the program, This is where they want us on the internet sounding crazy. It is what it is. You can't do nothing. You got a whole city pinned against you. You are whatever they paint you to be. Don't matter if you're innocent, don't matter if you, no criminal record, no history of violence, not a violent person. Last time you fought somebody was when you were 17 years old and you're 34 years old going on 35. Never put your hands on somebody your whole life. Never hit a female. But what's funny, I guarantee that people looking down on you, slandering your name, calling you this and that. I bet you these are violent offenders. I bet you these are criminals. I bet you these people have horrible records to the point where they can't get a job, so they have no choice but to work for the government. When I said about the vehicles, red, blue, people walking past, everybody, either they look straight ahead or they act like they on their phone. I don't really call out cars like a motherfucker, but just look how they always seem, especially when it comes to the vehicles. They love putting red and blue together for whatever reason. What is it? It's like they show me, with one headlighter. Look at the one headlighter. Driving all slow. Minding your business. Oh man, dude, it's just laughable. I feel like I'm at the point where I done pissed off the rich assholes who control Pittsburgh. To the point where every time I step outside, bro, it's just control. People standing around looking stupid. No purpose. Red, blue synchronicities. Out the wazoo, nothing you can do. Same faces. Same reactions. See what I said about the cars, red, blue? They like to hit me with that a lot, bro. Like, I'm not calling out every red car, every blue car, but just keep an eye on how they hit me with the red, blue cars. Blue, red, blue, they're always together, Kendra Lolo, you see again? Look, blue, red, you see? You're like, what? So how bad is a coincidence where you literally see 3 groups of cars and they're blue and red together? Look, red. Oh, man. And I guess they want me to keep calling out so I can keep sounding crazy. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. We live in a world where people don't give a fuck. Everybody on the internet is some form of crazy. You know? But the craziest motherfuckers is the one who live in this world without asking questions. You know? Going along with the flow. Listen to things that's being said about you and never open or utter a word to you. You know, and hit you with indirect subliminals. You're crazy and weird. But they never open up their mouth to say anything to you. Not funny how life works, you know? I'm telling you, life is just, it's crazy how some people can come down here like, you know, maybe God really is the way, bro, but sometimes it's just like, I don't know, life is beautiful. A motherfucker can come down here and just know nothing but suffering. You know, tortured, growing up, no childhood, you know, abused, neglected, you know, get to the point where you don't even disrespect nobody. You just get tired of dealing with human beings. You get tired of dealing with people, so you seek isolation, you know, and they farther beat you down. You do things to avoid self, not because you're shy, not because you're scared. You lack of trust, you know. Whether you deserve it or not, for whatever, you have your reasons, you know. You just don't trust people, you know. Loud engines right up on you. Let's call that out. They love doing that one, you know. They big nice cars, revving their engine up on me. Sorry if the wind's picking up. It actually feels really nice. And this never stops. Red, white. You know, I feel like it's deeper, TIs, that what we deal with. It's really a spiritual battle, bro. I see so much shit, bro, in this city, bro. It's like a part of me don't want to believe in the Most High. But then when you see the amount of darkness, when you see how, you know, I said about the cars, red, blue. Shit crazy, bro. You know, you call me schizophrenic, you call me crazy or weird. Sorry for bouncing around, but, you know, just look at the facts, bro. Yeah. What are the coincidences? So what, that was a group of 4? Red, blue? Look, blue car, red car, red car. You know, it's like the Matrix itself. It's like Satan himself, bro, is throwing everything he has at me. Like a lot of the times, bro, like things I don't really want to talk about, you know, in my past videos. I hate kind of referring to that a lot, but it's the truth. You know, I made videos explaining how I done prayed and witnessed certain things. You know, the dream. Pittsburgh, y'all showed me the spiritual side of life, believe it or not. I done seen all type of weird ass shit. Apparitions, you know. Not like I see shit every day, you know, gang stalkers, don't fuck. Oh, we got him. He's saying he's seeing shit. No, not every day. I seen one apparition in Pittsburgh when I was behind the courthouse. Whenever I was working at the courthouse, I think like 2-3 years ago, you know, and it was an outline, a shadow of like a lady, and I looked at it, bro, and I was too stunned, too shocked to even acknowledge. Like I was like, bro, I was thinking to myself after I saw it disappear, like somebody unplugged the TV cable, and like, you know, the TV it disappeared like that, bro. It was weird, bro. You know, I was mad at myself, but because I've never seen, you know, like literally being up, awake, not high, nothing, and seeing that shit. It was right underneath a light. Look, red, blue. Oh, I was too slow to catch it down. Bike rider, blue top shirt, and bottom half was red. You know, it's just crazy, man. You know, it's like other people, normal people looking at this video, they might just seem it to be crazy, but at this point, I just find this to be a game, bro. You know? If I keep complaining about it, they'll just go overboard, you know, with the colors. So, I mean, it just solidifies what I'm going through is actually true. So, you know, let those who have eyes see clearly. You know, it is what it is. Look at these fucking animals, bro. Walking, pissing on a wall like this. Animalistic. Fuck yeah, yo, this city, bro. Speaking of animalistic, I got into an altercation with somebody. This is how I know they put you around dysfunctional people, bro. Long story short, get on the elevator, they flash mob, and this dude's like taking his time. He's like trying to tell some lady to get on, but obviously if you look at her, she's not trying to get on the elevator. And I'm just like, and then she didn't get on the elevator, I'm like, hurry up, people, let's go, let's get a move on. Woo woo. Like I'm playing like I'm in a joking manner. This dude out of nowhere. Don't be talking to me like that, sir. I don't know who you think you're dealing with. I was like, excuse me, sir. I was just joking, but I was just saying get on, I wasn't being disrespectful with it or nothing. He was like, I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna. And of course I stand on business. I'm shit talking them. You ain't gonna do shit, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, oh, I'm an old man, I ain't scared of you. It's like, bro, it's not even about that, bro. You obviously you're on some animalistic shit. As soon as I said that, bro, and of course it's an older white guy. Out of nowhere, this nigga, I kid you not, bro. I kid. I'm just so over it, bro. Every little interaction that I had in Pittsburgh when it comes to somebody disagreeing or trying to get into an altercation with me, it's always been over the top. Like, I think I told this story, videos again that I deleted, I think I told this story about how I was walking this one day. Like, I think it was about around the same time, I think, in that year, actually the same year, 3 years ago, whatever I just said earlier, about 2-3 years ago. I remember I was walking downtown and I was next to the T station, and I didn't see, I had earphones in my ear, right? And I threw my drink, but I wasn't paying attention. I'm looking in front of me. I don't see no one in front of me, bro. I didn't see no one to the side. I guess these motherfuckers sped walked behind me, bro. And apparently I accidentally doused him with my drink. It was water, but I doused him with it. And I guess he was talking to me, but I didn't hear him. So I get down to the bottom, like I walk into the T station. I walk down that escalator, bro. I kid you not, bro. I am not lying when I say this shit, bro. This is like, I'm so comfortable with saying the bullshit I go through, bro, because it's necessary, because this is all you deal with. Red cars, one headlighter, bullshit, fake reality. Pussies, bro. Weird ass motherfuckers. I go down to the bottom of the escalator, bro. I hear somebody, I guess how when you hear the silence, like the song ends and it's like a little silence before the next song. I hear someone, yo, some white dude, turn around, bro. I kid, bro, I hate it, bro, because when I hear shit like that, bro, I really just be thinking bullshit, bro. No cap, because I think as a logical person, bro, what are the odds, bro? You turn around, bro. There's literally 30 people, bro. I kid you not, bro. I kid you fucking not, bro. There's certain things I experience in this city that lets me know I'm literally being attacked by a whole city. Niggas could call me crazy, weird, or whatever, but y'all create monsters and then bitch about it, bro. I don't want to hear none of this shit y'all got to say about me, bro. Literally pinning a whole city against somebody. And, you got world conquerors who came here, killed billions of black folks, rewrit history, said it was some Indian motherfucker, bro, wore our skin. Use our skin for couches, use our babies for alligators. Literally, there's people still alive, living old who done killed fucking hella black folks, bro. Hella white folks, murders. I seen this video, right? I really hate to bounce around, but it's just so funny, bro, when you just see certain things. I seen this video of this dude watching YouTube, and he's looking at female serial killers or whatever. And literally, he looks up. Look, even when I get to my destination, look, blue vehicle, red shirt. That's just a fucking joke, dude. They want you to, it's like they want you to know, yeah, we have control. I'm just telling real TIs out there, but don't come to Pittsburgh, bro. You in a world of psychological torture. Shout out to Food Vibe Nature Herb, bro. He said he damn near went crazy in Harrisburg, But I bounced around way too much. But he looked up and a serial killer right there in his face. Look, just in case you can't see it, you pull up to your location. What do you got? Blue vehicle, red shirt. You can call me crazy, but look at the facts. Look at the facts. That's all you got to do is look at the facts, bro. You know? I just find it so amusing, bro, that these people will literally act like, you know, you get to your location where you got 3 red cars. You know? I'm telling you, they knew exactly where I was coming before I even moved it. You know, what time is this? 5:01, can't go in there now. I got to wait till like 5:15 till the line's low. You know, I ain't coming a while, so, you know, they may not be in full Truman Show, but they may be, you know. I usually got to wait. You know, you see people leaving or whatever, but that's just an illusion. I get on there, there's going to be a long-ass line of people, bro. You know, so I usually wait when I come here. You know, if I come here multiple days out of the week, it's so funny. I'll, if I come here like twice in a row, like if I come tomorrow, they're going to wait till like, you know, they start at certain times, and I usually wait till like 15, 20 minutes pass. If I come multiple days in a row, when it comes to this little kitchen, they'll wait till like 5:15 to start serving everybody. It's just like, I experience things in this city, bro. It's just like, y'all really let me know y'all really controlled by Satan, bro. Y'all really under some demonic forces, bro. This is not shit of God. You know, this is why it took me so long. Being in Pittsburgh, it's like I've constantly been dealing with this spiritual tug of war of believing and not believing. You know, but when I really look through this city, bro, y'all could claim about y'all God-worshiping, God-loving people, but y'all really do a lot of evil shit when I thought God told you to be still. You know, when you look at targeted individuals, bro, yeah, we get irritated. We literally being still, bro. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say about us, bro. We minding our own goddamn business every single day. And every day we step outside, bro, y'all just make sure, for some of us, full Truman Show all day. Look at the people that's constantly coming near you. You know, niggas be thinking I be playing, bro. You know, all day, red, blue synchronicities. And just really got to show me who I'm dealing with, man. And I get it. You know, especially me with bouncing around, but, you know, sometimes I be really just, a lot of shit be flooding my mind, bro. I be trying to get out information, let people know about new synchronicities, new things they're doing, just to show you the level, just to show you the depth that they'll go through, bro. They really show you who the crazy motherfuckers is, bro. They really show you who the psychotic people are, the sociopaths, psychopaths, you know. Rich ass people, they think because they got money, they have the ability to control people's lives, you know. And when they find a motherfucker that we're just so stubborn. I ain't gonna say we stubborn because I'm open-minded, you know. I admit the way I be acting when it comes to my harassment, bro. I be acting a little standoffish. I be going a little extra, you know, because of my situation, but I'm not, you know, I know this isn't me, bro. This is the way I be acting sometimes. I really don't want to be acting like it, but, you know, oh man, it's literally just, it's a game, bro. I don't get it, bro. This is the world that we live in. For whatever reason, I gotta acknowledge humanity's real evil, bro. You know, because like these people done killed billions of people before us. You know, what's another body? But it's like we got to go through something. It's like we're so in tune to who we are as a person, bro. It don't matter if you're a good person, bad person. Like, you're just in tune with who you are, bro. And they hate that. You got to be controlled. You got to do everything for $1. You got to put your foot on other people's necks. You got to, you know, look, if I can catch that. Damn, I don't know if I caught that. Hopefully I caught that. You know, red, blue. It is just so funny to me, bro. Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. That shit is insane to me, bro. I've never saw that synchronicity as much as I do in Pittsburgh. I've never seen that, bro. In Atlanta, I always seen people in different outfits, green outfits, orange outfits, you know, just, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's too much of the same thing, which makes me question certain things, you know? They do too much of the same repetitive shit. That's why I made a whole channel. It's like, bro, what the fuck is this, bro? You know, for me to be the monster, bro, I'm totally on board. You know, you don't trust me. I'm coming to this little hive-minded city where everybody know each other, and, you know, I'm sticking to myself, not doing nothing. But what's the added bullshit? What's the added psychological abuse? You know, what's the extra, you know, keeping dysfunctional, real crazy motherfuckers around us? You know, I've been exposed how there's a sex offender, 70-year-old sex offender on my floor, you know? Every time he get up on the floor, he signifies himself. I made a video talking about that and everything. Every time he get on the floor, and he don't really yell no more, but now he'll just get up, squeak his shoes. Like I can't even make that sound with my shoes, bro. This nigga, you know how like when you on the court or whatever playing basketball and your shoes are squeaking on the ground and shit? He every time he gets up on the floor, he makes sure he do that extra loud, bro. There's no way in hell, bro. Every time you step out your room or you come on the floor, your shoes is making the same exact sounds, bro. You know, it's just amusing to me, bro. How we're the crazy people, but all we deal with is crazy. You know, you can't do the slightest thing, bro. What was I saying about how people just, you know, explode on me? You know? Like 30 people, bro. I turn around on the escalator, bro. I kid you not. There's 30 people, bro. Everybody looking at me, bro. Most of them are kids, but still, they're all looking at me, bro. Literally, all looking at me, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this, dude? And he's like, oh, you threw something on me. It was like a bunch of the dude who I threw it on, bro. He was behind a bunch of people, bro. like, oh man, it's like y'all really try to act like y'all city together, but y'all together on evil shit, bro. You know, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. I really feel like when they made movies like They Cloned Tyrone, I honestly believe they were talking about cities like Pittsburgh. I just find it spiritually, I find it funny. Look, the dude who walks out of nowhere, look, he gets in a red car, closes his door. You come from way out of nowhere and you open up a red car. You know, it's oh man, whatever. You know, synchronicities, what can you do? All day, 24/7 Truman Show. 24/7, and I think that's where I'm at with my harassment. They just know I'm very observant, so they don't use the same tactics. Like how if people who've been watching me for years, you've seen how, you know, I done called out people. Oh, this person's gonna hit this corner and do this and do that. They don't do that no more, bro. Color synchronicities, dog walkers, people acting belligerent. Now they just use any and everybody, bro. You know, yeah, of course, you know, the motherfuckers who live around me do the same thing. You walk in, you know, slam the door, open and close the door, knocking on the walls, you know, just bullshit, bro. All day, every day. You know? And sorry again, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video, but, you know, I'll probably make a part 2 walking back just to show y'all what type of synchronicities they're gonna do with me now. But I'm gonna go ahead, grab me something to eat, you know, upload this. Hopefully I upload before I get done eating, so I can show y'all my walk back, you know, just to vibe with y'all. You know, it is what it is, bro. I told myself, bro, as long as I'm in Pittsburgh, until I move, as long as I'm in Pittsburgh, bro, I'm always going to document, bro. I'm just going to record. This just became my diary. This just became therapy for me. You know, it is what it is. There's plenty of people in the world doing the same thing. I'm not seeking for validation or nothing. You know, I don't care if people like me, dislike me. I kind of wish they didn't take the ability to dislike the video just so I could see who really don't fuck with me. You know, it's just to spread my truth. Like I said, bro, I was just another person living life, not knowing where to go. But y'all forced me to believe in God. You know, and I'm still learning, so I can't bring you the actual Connection God video. That's for other people, you know. But I'm starting my journey now, and this is all I'm experiencing while understanding and trying to build a connection and build a relationship with God, so that I can better myself. Because I also acknowledge, even despite everything I go through, I acknowledge, bro, I got fucked up problems. You know, I'm doing things I shouldn't be doing. You know. I should be doing a lot better, bro. I should be eating right, working out. You know, I should be doing more, bro. You know, but sometimes I let my mindset get to me, bro. You know, you living a life of harassment. What's the point of fucking, you know, what's the point of moving or doing anything? What's the point of going outside regardless? If everybody just gonna look at you with hate, you know? My own mind keep me back sometimes, but it is what it is, man. This is about growth and development and changing for the better, you know, while at the same time showing you how, as long as you're down in a rut, you're always going to have people there who's ready to feed off of your misery, you know. So it is what it is. It's Muhammad. I'm out of here.